Welcome to Book Talks, from books to Botox and everything in between. We hope you enjoy. We're just girls.
F1 wags are so elite.
SPF, our bestie.
Jenny, I blame you. Love you guys.
Hi, welcome to Book Talks.
Welcome back.
Welcome back and welcome to our new and improved angle.
Yeah.
I know.
Slightly different angle of our same lobby.
You know,
I'll give you a tour.
Yeah.
So today we are going to start off with talking about F1.
Yeah.
Yes. We just finished F1 Monaco this weekend,
So crazy.
which was, I got emotional.
Isn't that kind of like a bucket list thing?
It really is.
For sure, right?
You're
That would be
going?
so cool.
So I'm not going to F1 in Monaco, but when we go over for Ashley's wedding, there is F1 in Monza, Italy that weekend,
fun.
and we are going.
That is so sick.
It's so crazy because F1 wags are so elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like F1 in general, like, is more elite than other sports.
I
It's
agree.
so elevated, like in every aspect.
I agree. Like Alexandra Saint, I don't want to say it wrong, Lolo, and
I wanna
Charlotte
say Lolo,
Leclerc.
yeah.
Leclerc.
Leclerc.
How do you say it?
Charles Leclerc is how
Yeah,
they say it.
But like
I
when they
feel
say it
like
with
I
the
have to,
accent, they're like,
yeah.
Charles Leclerc. And I'm like, did you say a word?
Charles
So
Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc. I'm like, what?
Elite. Like she
Please
is
crop
so
that out.
pretty. She's so happy for him. Like the culture around F1 wags is insane. Like everybody's so happy to be in a relationship. It's so wholesome.
Yeah.
There was like kind of drama, I think, with Lando Norris, though, and his girlfriend
Really?
at
Oh,
one
really?
point. Yeah. Have you guys watched the show?
No.
Some of it, but not the most recent season.
Okay, maybe you should.
Yeah.
So that's how
It's
we
good.
got way into it. So for those
Yeah.
of you listening and you don't know what F1 is, that's Formula One. It's a type of race car. It's really popular in Europe, and I feel like recently it's become popular here in
Yeah,
the
it
US
really has
because of the
recently.
Netflix
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But you get a little piece of their lives. And
I
it's
just
really
think it's like,
interesting.
I feel like it's so funny how different wags are in each, like,
Sport.
yes.
Yeah.
And like F1, they care so much about fashion, I feel like.
Oh my
like
gosh,
the wags
yeah.
are so dressed up.
Yes.
I feel it's just so nuts. Same with tennis.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
wags of tennis and wags of F1 are like very similar, and maybe it's like the European flair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that being a big role in it.
But I am from a tennis family, and so I've like followed tennis my whole life. My husband's recently gotten really into it, and the tennis wives are elite.
They
Yeah.
are. Like,
And they dress elite. Their TikToks are elite.
yes.
It's not like the cliche number on your chest that you see with like a lot more
Football,
American
basketball.
sports.
Yeah.
Where like it looks cute and that's the culture of the sport and the culture of the wags. But like in tennis and F1, you're getting like couture, like off the runway, like
sponsored
custom
by
Chanel.
Yes.
Is it Mew? How do you say
Miu
it?
Miu?
Sponsored by
Yes.
Mew Mew.
Yeah.
Like Vogue is following
Yeah.
them.
Sign me
I
up.
feel like
Yeah.
it gives old money vibes.
It does.
It gives old money vibes. All the girlfriends do. All the
Yeah.
wags, the fashion.
They're all like
everything.
supermodels.
I
Like Carlos
know.
Sainz's girlfriend, Rebecca, is like literally a supermodel.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
they
stunning.
are all
Yeah.
But like,
supermodels.
whose schedule do you want to follow? Like,
Right.
through Midwest America football player
Yeah.
or global F1 guy?
Exactly.
Literally.
I
It's
mean,
so
come
true.
on.
It's so true. But
There is a Formula One book series.
Is there?
Have either of you read any of it?
No.
No, but I got this on my TikTok the other day, like recommendations.
The author is Lauren Asher, and I
Okay.
really like her. And it is a series of 4 Formula One drivers, and
Oh,
it's
I need to read.
really good.
I feel like
Is it like
Formula One
fluffy
is-
kind of?
It is, but it's still spicy.
Still spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, spicy, but like lighter than our current reads.
Current. We'll dive into that later.
We'll get to that later, but I do love the Formula One thing.
Me
Oh,
too.
I love
I
that.
think it's trending. It's trending so much more
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And like you said, I feel like it is so much bigger in the United States now than
All
it was.
because of
Yeah,
Netflix.
exactly.
So even like with tennis growing up, I've gone to the tennis tournament in Palm Springs,
Yeah.
and it's always been really mellow. Not a lot of people there.
Yeah.
I feel like since this Netflix documentary has come out, it's
Yep.
just
Blown
like
up.
it was wild, like packed.
Yeah.
And even with think of Formula One in Vegas.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
insane.
And now Formula One in Miami. Like
I
no one
know.
knew about it before. I feel like even
You know who
Yeah.
I feel like has also led that train?
who
Alex Earl. She's always at Formula One.
Really?
really?
Am I crazy? That's like
I just-
how
I feel
know
like
about
she
it.
She's
was
always
just
in
like the
Miami.
it girl in Miami.
Yeah, I mean
feel like
maybe
that.
that's what it is. But
I think
feel
they're
like she's
doing
gonna go
a
Formula One.
F1 Chicago too. I
Yeah,
think they just started
there's so
talking
many.
about that.
Wow.
Which I
It's
feel
so
like
It's
is
gotten
interesting.
so much bigger.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, I'm a huge Lewis Hamilton fan.
Oh my
do
gosh.
not.
Okay, well he's going. He's going
He's
to Ferrari.
going to Ferrari,
That
and it's
is
like
so exciting.
I'm like almost wishing we were going to Italy next year, just
Yeah.
because Ferrari in Italy is so huge.
Yeah.
I need to watch this
And
Seeing
show.
Lewis-
you need to watch the show. It's
Okay,
so
I'm
good.
gonna watch the show.
Seeing
It's
Lewis
so
Hamilton
interesting.
and Ferrari in
Oh.
Italy, that's bucket
It's like
list.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like already gonna have a Ferrari Lewis Hamilton shirt there.
Yeah, 100%.
So excited
Talk
for you.
about style too. His style is
Unbelievable.
unbelievable. I love it.
It's
like
like
all of his
unmatched.
outfits.
He
It's so
dresses
crazy.
so well.
Yeah.
This is what I was going to say too. Maybe this is like a mean thing to say, but I feel like a lot of professional athletes now are getting dressed really well, especially
Yes.
basketball players and
By
football players by
Yeah.
stylists. It's almost like they outdress their wives and
I know.
girlfriends.
They do.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yes, but
it's
I
like
do-
it's like the chuggy thing about wearing the bedazzled
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like custom
custom number shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I feel like the wags of tennis and Formula One
Yes, they
dress
outdress.
better than their
Exactly.
spouses.
They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
They
It's true.
really do.
It's so true. I didn't think of it that way.
It's a dream. I really want to go to Formula One now. I'm like, it's all over my feed.
You have to. It's so fun.
Like,
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
It sounds so
Have you been
cool.
to a race, Ashley?
Yeah, I went to Vegas this year.
Oh, you
you
did.
did?
yeah.
remember
So
that.
we did
What?
Vegas. It was an S Fest, as I would call it, a poop
Yeah,
fest.
I
but
heard it was like they didn't have it together.
It
Yeah.
wasn't together. Like the roads would close at because they were racing down the strip,
Yeah.
which in theory on your television sounds cool and looks
it doesn't
cool.
make
But when
sense.
you're there and during the day with the amount of people that were there, they're closing down the roads at like noon for the race that evening. So then like all of the traffic, like once you're in the bubble of the strip, you couldn't get anywhere for like you couldn't get a cab anywhere. You'd have to go all the way around.
You're
It
stuck.
would take you 45 minutes to get somewhere that would have taken you 5 minutes, or it's a 30-minute walk. It
Wild.
was just the way they had it organized was awful. And then, of course, the manhole cover came up during the
Yeah.
preliminary races. Like,
I saw all the TikToks about that, about
Terrifying.
people that like lost their like they essentially didn't get to watch a round.
yeah. Like
Got,
the
like, kicked
because
out.
it got pushed back till I think like 1 a.m. or something crazy, and then of these people like these drivers are on international time zones, so
Yeah.
it's probably like 4 a.m. to them, and it was crazy. It was very fun.
Yeah.
We went to the Sports Illustrated event. It was so much fun.
Yeah, see, that's
But,
so
like,
fun.
I will say you can't like watch the race when you're at the race.
Yeah.
Like they zoom by and you can't even tell what car it is.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like that one's
sure.
orange, so I know it's McLaren.
Yeah.
But like that's the only one I could recognize.
So nuts. Oh my gosh.
I'm impressed that you knew all this about it without even watching the show. The only way I knew it was the show.
I watched
Yeah.
season 1 of the show.
Okay, so you
but I
did
just am
kinda
not like up to date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so much fun. We're gonna go again next year. Hopefully, it's better.
Oh, fun. Yeah. No, I am really excited to see how like an international race is.
Yeah,
be so
that's
fun.
gonna
Yeah.
be so sick. Do you have a favorite team you like?
Well, I just love Lewis.
Yeah.
So I like
So
Mercedes,
Mercedes.
but
Yeah.
as soon as he goes to Ferrari, I'm just cheering for Ferrari. And I like Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
I like Charles Leclerc.
He's so cute.
He's so cute.
He's so cute
I
and
like-
so likable.
Yes.
Right? Him winning, I literally cried.
It was so
Yeah.
sweet.
So wholesome.
His first, he'd never even been on the podium in Monaco, and he's
His
from
wife
Monaco.
was like,
Yeah, like he-
literally a saint, like clapping, crying, like I
Literally
can't-
the tear
I
down
can't
her
want it.
face.
Yes, it was.
I know, and
beautiful.
him like jumping in the water, like
Yeah.
it was
So
really
beautiful.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of trending,
What are we talking about?
Harry Jowsey.
Oh yeah, I'm actually passionate about this topic.
Yeah.
and it's kind of old news.
Riley. It
just
is
fun
old
to
news,
keep
but
up
I
with.
feel like she's thriving now. Have you guys seen her latest TikToks?
Okay, reel
No.
it back here a little bit. We are talking about Riley Arnold from Dancing with the Stars and Harry Jowsey from who knows what he was even on originally.
Yeah.
Too Hot to Handle.
the biggest
Too
F
Hot-
boy out
Was it
there.
I was
Too
gonna
Hot?
say some sort of
Yeah.
Netflix
Yeah.
F boy
Yeah.
situation. Yeah.
Okay. Well, did any of you watch Dancing with the Stars?
Briefly.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that show.
yeah, it's
Me
good.
and all the 70-year-old ladies
Yeah.
out there thrive off of Dancing with
Yeah.
the Stars.
Love it.
But you could see their chemistry on screen. They were not faking it. I think they kissed in one of the numbers.
Yeah, I think they
Stop.
did.
And like there are all the TikTok videos of him like holding her hand and like
Stop.
he gave her that Van Cleef bracelet
Van Cleef.
at the
Yeah.
end of the season and
Yeah.
then their friendship stayed, but then fill us in on the drama.
So they supposedly were just friends, but
Right.
they did a whole tour, like an after Dancing with the Stars, where they would tour in different states
Yeah.
and reenact Dancing with the Stars.
Yes,
right?
they like performed
So
numbers.
they
Mhm.
went on that tour, and then after that, I don't know what unfolded, but Harry had launched a podcast, and he had said on the podcast, I know you guys all have questions about me and Riley, but we were just friends. Like we were never anything more. I had a girlfriend during Dancing with the Star, a secret girlfriend.
Oh, he said that?
He said that he had a secret girlfriend who she was on Love is Blind. I forget her name, but she was on Love is Blind. He had a secret girlfriend while he was on Dancing with the Stars, so him and Riley were not together. And he called Riley that cute, like a cute little blonde girl. Then Riley pops off on her TikTok about, this is so crazy.
I was about to say, you are the FBI.
Pops off on her
I love
TikTok
this.
about how he called her like a cute little blonde girl.
I've seen that
Yeah.
video. Yeah, where she's like, and I moved into a cute little house with
Yes.
a cute little
Yeah.
couch and a
Yeah.
cute little TV.
And she has the song I Can Do With a Broken Heart onto her TikTok of her buying that house. So I think my theory is he, no matter what, she is 18 years old. You are, if you don't feel like you're leading someone on, but you're doing everything that says that you're leading them on, she's 18.
She
Yeah.
was so,
baby.
so like, I think wrapped up in the whole thing. I
She's
think
18.
she
She's
was
gonna fall
like
for it.
Twitter-pated by the
Yes.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I jokingly want to write. I tell you guys all the time, I feel like I am not a good writer, but I have really good ideas
Yeah.
for books.
100%.
So Ash and I are going to actually ghostwrite books.
Yeah.
And we haven't quite figured out the logistics of it yet, but just watch out for the new and upcoming authors about TikTok and Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
But I think that like he totally was like, I think she was falling for him
Yeah.
from the minute they started
Yeah.
dancing together. And if you watch Dancing with the Stars, like they are intimate on a level with their partner in a way of like trust.
Yeah.
A lot of time spent together.
Yeah.
lot of
I think
time.
there's like more couples that come out of Dancing with the Stars than there are from The Bachelor.
There are.
Like
Yeah.
it's very like dancing with someone and lifting them up and
Yep.
touching them all day. Like you're gonna develop
The trust and like,
some
Yeah.
feelings,
Yeah.
right?
I-
and I think he led her on.
I think so too. And everybody's like, well, they could have had that conversation where he was like, okay, this is just a PR thing. But even so, her brain is still, she's still 18. So it's
Yeah.
still underdeveloped where even if you're faking it,
she
she
was
probably
not
fell
seeing
for
the
it.
red flags.
Yeah.
No.
because imagine being 18, so young, and you just like, this is her dream come true.
Yes.
Or
She's
thrust
watched
into the spotlight.
Yeah, she's been watching Dancing with the Stars probably her whole life. Her,
whole
her
life.
dream come true is to be on that stage, and she gets it right out of high school.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, wild.
there's so much of her life that's changing. Then for him to step in, like, she doesn't see the red flags. There's no
Yeah,
way.
and he's charming.
yeah, he's not bad
Yeah,
to look
and
at. He's
I-
charming. They're like,
I guarantee you he was making her feel good behind the scenes. I just, so anyway, my book idea, right, is this cute little 18-year-old on Dancing with the Stars, and this hot guy comes in, and like, obviously their whirlwind romance.
Yeah.
I mean, and she had a missionary.
Yeah.
Like, for those of you that don't know, like, Mormons go on missions, and he went on a mission. I think she wrote him off. Like,
Yeah, I think
they
like, separated
broke
right
up.
before, yeah.
Yeah. And like,
I just like want to see how much like LA and the scene will change her because
I hope it doesn't.
she's so pure and so innocent, but she's still 18.
Yep.
And I feel like that scene will change you so fast.
and I feel like he probably was like, Riley, you're 18.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think he probably kept, but like, can you imagine not, I mean, she got wrapped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're 18,
Yeah.
like
When
being
you're
in
18?
love.
Oh,
And I
like,
think from like our like outside perspective, just watching it through a screen too, like you want someone like her for him because he's got a troubled past. He's
Yeah.
like a F boy, whatever.
Yeah, she
and you
seems
want
perfect.
a little ball of sunshine for him so that he'll get his life together too.
Yeah.
So like the fans fell in love with it.
they totally, the idea of it and
Yeah.
the book of it, right? That
Yeah.
like he cleans up his act for
Yeah.
her
Yep.
and they fall madly in love and ride off into the sunset.
I can fix him. No, really, I can.
I can fix him.
I ate it
But
up.
Daddy, I love him.
But Daddy, I love
I
him.
literally ate it up.
Me too.
Like
Yeah.
I loved it, but she is so thriving. Like her TikToks, she looks like she's glowing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like she looks like she's doing good. So I'm happy.
She's
for
going to
her.
make out like a bandit at the end of it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think so
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
She seems very mature for her age.
She
and,
does.
Like, very
Yeah.
put together.
And I think she has good like leadership. People that have been on Dancing with the Stars and like good women to lead her through her life.
Yeah, I hope those girls that are been there and been sucked up in a romance like that with a partner are like, girl, this is a rite of passage.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have made it on the other end now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're going to be tougher and like that much
But
more
like the
prepared.
crazy part is she just did an interview and they asked her about him and she played it off so well.
Really?
She's like, yeah, we're always going to be friends. Like she's PR trained.
Good.
Oh, for sure.
So I think she's really mature and she definitely has made it out on the other end, you know?
Yeah.
I agree.
But,
But
yeah,
I want more.
I know.
Give me more content, Riley.
Which I feel like you could make up the content by writing your book, ghostwriting.
I was about to say, just make up the rest of the story.
Literally.
there has yet to be a book I've read about a professional ballroom dancer.
Yeah.
Right?
this
not
could
Have
be it.
either of you read one?
Nope,
No.
this could be
Lots
it.
of ballerina scene.
Lots of ballerina.
But like the world of ballroom dance is wild.
Yes.
And I just think that like, especially within like a Dancing with the Stars type show, like
Yeah.
I just think the storyline would be so good.
It really
Don't
would.
steal it.
Don't steal the idea.
Don't steal my ideas, world.
But in a couple of years, if you see a book about that,
You better buy it.
Yeah.
buy it. Amazon pre-order.
Yeah, please. Except for failed writing classes.
Our next segment is going to be short, our skin segment.
Yeah, our skincare
Yes.
going into summer.
The best thing to talk about,
Sunscreen.
SPF, our bestie.
Let's talk about, I think a lot of people don't know that there's a difference between chemical and physical.
Yes.
Yeah, break
Yeah.
it down.
Okay, so easiest difference between them is chemical is going to be absorbed into your skin and it's going to absorb the sun's rays. Chemical is a shield, physical shield that's going to block the sun. So both work. Some people prefer others. Some people like have more acne prone skin, so maybe you need a physical sunscreen because you don't want that absorbed. It's going to be different for skin type.
Okay.
I love physical.
Yeah.
Mineral sunscreen to me is just top tier. It does the best job in my opinion.
Yeah.
If a sunscreen's under $10, it probably is chemical, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
It's a lot cheaper to produce.
Yes.
And if it's in a spray can, most likely there are some physical sunscreens in a spray can. Always remember a spray can is not going to give you the right coverage.
Yep.
But usually they're chemical. So if you can really smell it strong, it's probably a chemical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've gotten better about labeling it too, like saying this is a chemical, saying this is mineral, whatever it may be. They do make like mineral sprays now. I have a couple, but they come out white.
Yeah, they are
Like,
white, and you have to like
white,
rub it
white.
in. Yeah.
I had Miha, we'll meet Miha eventually. Miha came over this weekend, sprayed it on her face as if it was normal chemical sunscreen. We were sitting by the pool.
Just white.
White all over her face. I was like, that's mineral sunscreen. I didn't tell you.
Oh my
So then
gosh.
she had to go like wash it off because she had too much.
Yeah.
But it's just something you got to look out for because you do
For
have
sure.
to rub that stuff in.
And I will say I've bought in a bottle of even Sunbum mineral, and
Yeah.
it clogs really easy. Like it's just better to buy the lotions if
is.
you're going to
Yeah.
get a mineral, but the sprays are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like, so let's talk to what are your favorite SPFs that you like? Because like we've got some trending ones that I still really like, but
Yeah.
there's also the ones that like I use on my face.
Okay, go through your favorites, Ash.
So my favorite for my face is Skin Better Tone Smart. I use it as my makeup every day. It's so good. It's mineral 75. It's a little bit thick, but once you get it rubbed in, it's awesome. It's a good color for my skin tone. I love it.
Yeah, I'm a second on that.
Yeah,
that's
it's so
my
good.
favorite for the face. And I actually mix mine with a little bit of the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops.
That's what I do.
And it thins it a tiny bit.
And it's perfect.
You can manipulate your sunscreens a little bit to get them to the consistency you want, especially a physical.
Yes.
But that Tone Smart, I will recommend to anyone with a little bit of a paler undertone. It blends better than anything.
It really does.
Yeah.
And like for anyone with a cool undertone, like you said, but if you have a more warm undertone, it might not match as well.
Yeah.
But I've started mixing it too with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer.
Oh, perfect.
Love that.
Yeah.
It just thins it out a little bit. Like you said, for my body, I should be just as picky, but I'm not as picky as my face and neck. I like the Elta MD,
do
like
like
body
Elta
one,
MD,
the
yeah.
sport one, which
Yes.
is really good. I also just got, because I was influenced on TikTok, the Kopari
Yes.
spray.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
That was me this weekend.
Gorgeous. It's great. Like,
Stunning.
is
Is
it
it the
good?
glow?
Yes, it
I'm
has
gonna,
a glow
I gotta
to
read
it.
the label really quickly.
Yeah.
So I bought it was influenced by a Instagram called The Buy Guide, and
Yeah.
I'm like obsessed with them. But it's this Kopari. That photo's like kind of blurry, but it has like a shimmer in it.
Yeah.
It has hyaluronic acid.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
and
so
it's still
good.
like an SPF 42. So it's not the first one I'm going to reach for.
Yeah.
I'll always try to get Elta MD on my skin first. But when I'm like reapplying because I'm sitting by the pool, this one's gorgeous. It has such a good
Sun
finish.
Glaze Sheer Body Mist Sunscreen SPF 42 broad spectrum 80-minute water resistant, but it went on in like one of the mists.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's like the bottle is a mister. It's not like a spray.
I
It's
love
great.
that.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really
so,
love that.
so good.
That is so pretty.
Yeah.
I do love Tone Smart. I feel like it took me a while to get used to it. I used to be an Elastin girl.
Yeah. Elastin Hydro Tint is a phenomenal sunscreen.
It's great.
Like,
And
it really
I
is.
love
And you'll see a lot of
darker.
influencers using
So
that.
like
Yeah.
I feel like Elastin looks better on me if I'm just going out to run errands and I just want a like coverage with color, and
Yeah.
I feel like Elastin looks best that way. Tone Smart is such a good primer. Like
Yeah.
I put it under my makeup and my makeup sits perfectly all day. If I put Elastin under my makeup, it smudges, and I think it's because Elastin is a little bit more oily
Yeah.
yeah, I could see
in
that.
my opinion. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
But it does have that, like, that one doesn't change with your skin tone. So the Sun Better Tone Smart changes to match your skin tone. That one doesn't. So it works well for someone like you who has a little more pigment in their skin.
Yeah.
But like Carly and I tried to use it in December.
It turns you
It's like
orange.
my
Orange.
hairline
Yeah.
is just orange. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't blend back either.
But it's kind
Yeah.
of crazy that Tone Smart blends into my face perfectly, and same with Ashley and Carly, and we're like, 3 different skin tones
I
away.
think there's like a science to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know it,
Yeah.
but I think it exists.
I
It's
want to,
awesome.
I
I
might
love
eat my
it.
words, but I think it's the iron oxide
Yeah.
that like the way that it oxidizes matches your skin tone. It's so cool.
Amazing.
Sunscreen is so good. I mean, I have patients always come in and they're like, what is the key to anti-aging? Like, is it injectables? Is it Botox? It's sunscreen.
It is sunscreen.
1000%.
That's what it is. Like,
sunscreen.
are you wearing sunscreen every day? If you're sitting inside and working indoors, you still are getting sun rays.
Look at the
sun
windows surrounding
and
us.
sun is
You know?
your number one cause of aging.
It is.
Number one.
If patients come in 9 times out of 10, their left side has already more signs of
Yeah.
aging than their other because of your driver's side.
Exactly.
It's
So-
wild.
You
It's
don't
so-
realize how much sun you're getting every day.
No.
And it's important to look at obviously the SPF coverage and the mineral versus
Yeah.
chemical.
Yeah, because it is a little deceiving these days that so many makeups have sunscreen in them, and I love that, and I'm
Right.
so glad they
Yeah.
do. It's not enough.
It's not. It's not enough.
just not enough.
Put a base on. Literally Tone Smart
Yeah.
under.
Throw it underneath.
Great primer. Works so well.
And because like skincare has grown so much in the last 5 years, I would even say, there's so many good sunscreens out there that
There's
you can
no
find
excuse.
one that
Yeah.
will go under your makeup
Yeah.
perfectly.
There's no
like
excuse.
there's no
Yeah.
excuse. You
There really
can
is not.
layer it.
I
No.
think I'm really bad at reapplying, and that's my downfall.
That's my downfall too.
You know?
Yeah, everybody's.
Yeah.
for sure.
But it's okay.
And
We're
don't
trying.
forget your neck.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
chest. That's the other 2 most common areas I would say they get sun damage.
Yeah.
100%. But Jenny nailed it. Like that is your number one sign of aging. If you came in and you asked us what's one product I can take that's going
Sunscreen.
to help with anti-aging, it's sunscreen.
Please
Yep.
wear sunscreen.
Please,
Literally.
please, please.
It scares me.
We'll die
The
on
sun,
that hill.
the sun scares me.
Yeah.
Take it on your neck, put it on your chest.
Be the girl that sits under the umbrella.
It's okay. It's okay to be the umbrella girl.
It's so cool to wear a hat at the pool now.
Love.
Just
I
cover
feel
your
like
face.
Asians have that under control. We use umbrellas. We wear hats. Like
Smarter than the rest
our
of us.
skin.
You're light years ahead of us.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's why we carry umbrellas around.
You
and
know,
all the
I'm
things.
I'm going to be so interested to see what happens with skincare, with generations moving forward.
Yeah.
My generation was the tanning bed era, and it makes me cry inside that
Yep.
anyone would
I
let
ta-
anyone
I
under
tanned.
the age of 21 go
Yeah.
into a tanning bed, but we did,
Yep.
and I tanned all of high school.
I did too.
And I'm going to reap those repercussions. But guess what? Kids now are way smarter. They don't
Yeah.
use tanning beds, and they use sunscreen.
Yeah.
So what is aging going to look like in like
Yeah.
5 to 10 years?
There's
And-
like,
sorry, go ahead.
There's like 15-year-olds going into like Sephora buying Supergoop, which I'm so happy for them because it's like at least you're using some.
At
type
least
of
they're getting
sunscreen.
sunscreen
I
on.
was putting Maui Babe on my face.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
me
15.
too.
Oh yeah.
my
I was
It's really scary.
every day over summer drenching my body in baby oil, laying out by the pool for 45 minutes on the front, 45 minutes on the back, and then before dance practice, I would go to the tanning bed.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
so
I would
funny,
leave
guys.
rehearsals and go to the tanning bed at
Now
night
that I
and
think
sit
back,
on-
I'm like, wow, we were literally just breeding cancer.
Yeah.
We're like, yay.
I'm sure I'll
one
have it
time
sooner
in the
rather than
tanning
later.
bed increases your risk of melanoma by like 30%.
That's why I don't get
Yeah.
it. Like, I will be a hater, but if you tell me you went to a tanning bed, I'm like, why?
No, I'm a hater.
It's like smoking. It's like
stupid.
You know
Yeah.
now. Like, you know.
like cancer causing.
You know?
100% cancer
You
causing.
have the
Yeah.
research study. Like, why are you doing that?
It's so
There's
dumb.
spray tans. There's all the
There's
things.
spray tans, there's at-home tans, and like
Yeah.
yes, they can be orange, but like figure out how to do it right and
Yeah.
find the right undertone for you, and you can get a good spray tan.
I'll never
Yeah.
get it. I'll never get it.
No.
No. That's just me. All right. Moving into our book segment.
Jenny?
So,
I blame you.
Yeah, Jenny is the culprit. Jenny is the
I-
reason.
you guys
Jenny
all
is
know.
dragging us all down to the underworld with her.
I am the
Literally.
biggest dark romance girl. So I had recommended Ash a dark romance book, and Carly also is reading a dark romance book that
Wait,
I
are
had
you
read
on the
before.
same one or a different?
No,
you're
she's on
different-
the
I'm reading
cowboy one.
one.
You're on. Oh, okay, good.
So we're all reading
And
Pam
let me just tell you, there's
Godwin.
a lot of knots in there, and it's really giving me a run for my money.
Okay,
For those of you that have read Bride by Allie Hazelwood, you'll understand the joke, but knots are forever ruined in my eyes.
Yeah, the word
Yeah.
"not" is just
Done.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I
but you
feel
guys
like-
tell us about your pirate book.
Okay, yeah. So I've never read a dark romance. Everything I've read is pretty light and fluffy, except for Akatar, which had war. That was the only light.
Give us the honest review. Like, be honest.
No, I love it.
Do you love it?
I do because
this is Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin.
Yes, we didn't say that. Sea of
Yeah.
Ruin by Pam Godwin. My first dark romance. We're jumping in with 2 feet because boy is it dark, but there's always something going on.
It's so wild though.
And-
like, I read this and I'm like, like jaw on the floor every time I read something, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know how she thinks of these things.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of
The psychology there is actually probably concerning, but
it's
good for her because she's
concerning.
getting a check.
Yeah, it's very concerning.
I hope she
But
goes to a therapist.
I hope she sees someone.
it's one after another after another.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Well, that's why we liked Fourth Wing so much, right? Because it
Yeah.
jumped into action right out the gate. And there's
Yeah.
always something where directly into a storyline, once this little like plot
Yeah.
finishes, another one starts. And it's so interesting, but it is so dark.
I know. How do you feel about it though? Like, do you feel like it's too dark?
No, because she doesn't like trigger warning of essay.
Yeah.
Here for a minute or two. She doesn't go into detail of any of the essay. Like she's not like writing down maybe in your book.
Yeah.
In my book, she did.
She's not
Mentally
like
traumatized.
putting these awful things.
Yeah.
Like yes, she's describing an awful act, but I'm able to feel like I'm away and not
Yeah.
like I'm in it. So it's not too dark that I have to put it down.
I
Nothing
will
you haven't
say-
seen in Yellowstone.
Huh?
Yeah.
Did you watch Yellowstone?
No.
Okay.
I do feel Sea of Ruin isn't super dark.
Yeah.
Like I have read darker romances, and Sea of Ruin is really not super dark. I love it because it's based in the 1700s.
Yeah.
It's pirate themed. I love the Audible speaker.
Yes.
She's so good.
She's so good.
Okay, so
it is
download the
good.
Audible.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you would really like it. I mean, there's some
would
like
really
out
like
of pocket things where I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like, weird, but it's fine. Like
Yeah.
you just flip past it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, no one's gonna know.
Yep.
I'm just gonna flip past.
Yeah.
I hope my
Okay,
husband
Carly.
doesn't see this or hear this.
Tell
Yep,
us about
it's
Knotted.
fine.
So Carly's reading Knotted.
You know, I've
Same
read
author.
a few like borderline dark romances before.
Okay.
I both highly encourage you guys to read books by Kate Stewart.
Okay.
She wrote the Ravenhood series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also wrote one of my favorite books. There's one called Drive and one called Reverse. Kate Stewart's writing is, I say, like a level above other romance writers. She's really great. She borderlines, I think, dark. She has like more mature themes in
Yeah.
her
Okay.
book.
Uh-huh.
So I was mentally kind of prepared. I was not prepared. This book opens up with a very graphic scene, and I just like immediately knew right away. I'm like, I am not like the dark
It's too
does
dark.
too much for me.
Yeah, it's too dark.
It's dark.
The book
I-
you're reading, that scene is wild, and what is even more wild is she doesn't trigger warning it.
Oh, really?
I was not
doesn't.
prepared.
And
I was not
everybody on
prepared.
TikTok is outraged by it because
Yeah.
there's no trigger warning. And I thought that was one of the most graphic scenes I read that actually made me like, ooh, like
Yeah, I
don't know.
didn't like it.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching a movie that I would have nightmares about for the next week, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I don't like if I'm like thinking about it later, then I'm like, oh.
But are you almost done with it though?
Yeah, of course I am. I'm 90% done. And
Do you
to
like the
finish.
story?
it gets so much better like 30% in. Like I
Okay,
hated
good.
the first 30% of the book, and then like the plot. I will say, Ashley, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think in these more mature themed books, there's a plot that carries.
Yeah.
And the romance is sometimes subplot
Yes.
or like supporting.
Yeah.
And I love a book that the plot is the highlight.
I
Exactly.
agree.
I want a good story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
want stuff like dramatic stuff to happen. I hate when
Yeah,
nothing is
I
happening.
love
Yes.
when there's action.
Yes. Yes.
Or when
Yes.
there's like
Like
a
plot
problem
twists.
to be solved.
Yes.
Yes.
Or I'm waiting for an answer at the end of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know who the bad guy is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a bad guy I didn't expect.
Exactly.
I love that.
That's
in
what I
books.
like. I
Yeah.
agree.
But I think that's why I like Kate Stewart's writing a little better.
I'll have
It's
to
not
read-
quite as graphic.
I think I'll have to read her book after this one.
I think
Yeah.
I want you both to read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll
that
have
we
to
can
try
talk
it.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on a lighter note, so past the dark romances, summer reads. Why are they so light and fluffy and they feel so good and
Summer
refreshing?
reads
I
are
love a
so
good summer read,
fun.
which is not what we're in right now, but
No.
maybe that's what we
And I feel like we
transition to
talked
next.
so much about dark. We could even next week go through our favorite, like what we recommend for a summer read,
Like
our
a beach read.
best summer read.
If
Yeah.
you guys have any summer reads, like I love a light summer read. Like every summer after, I love that. I feel like it makes the summer go by faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, in Arizona, our summers are like 100 degrees. So like all we really do is sit inside.
Yep.
But sitting by a pool or sitting by a beach
A
and
beach read.
reading a book
A summer
is
read.
therapeutic.
Yes,
That's-
Like, they're
highly
so
recommend.
light and
Yeah.
refreshing and cute. You know,
It's like euphoric, like just reading a book for hours and hours, sitting under your little umbrella by the pool.
it
Sign me up.
really is.
But
I
it's
know.
the same idea as like reading a cozy Christmas novel by the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I promise you, there's a reason that you do it that way, and you'll be so glad you did.
You
Yeah.
go with the seasons, right?
Go with the seasons.
Yeah, like summer's a summer read, fall a fall read, winter.
reads.
Yeah, so cute.
Me about to enter the Throne of Glass series. We're like,
I
light
like-
summer reads. I'm like, war.
And here we go.
I always
No,
kick
it's
off
always-
summer with a summer read. I always do. Like I
So
always
fun.
try.
Did you read did you finish the Carly Fortune book? Or are you reading it or no?
I'm going to read. I heard her second one was horrible. Carly Fortune is known for a cheating trope.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit.
And
I haven't
everybody
read the
hates
third
it,
one
you
yet.
know?
No.
I heard the second one's bad. The third one's really good. So I'll probably read the third one. But I like that they're short and sweet,
Yeah.
you know? But
It's any
yeah.
you could pick up any Emily Henry book and fill that
Exactly.
vibe.
Beach
Yeah.
read. Like
Yeah.
all of those are so cute.
But
I
we
like
can
that.
go in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we have for you guys today.
We're keeping it short and sweet.
Short, sweet, to the point.
I feel like we talked about some very good topics, though.
I know.
I liked today.
If
This
you're
is a good
not
one.
wearing sunscreen, please look in the mirror and ask yourself why. The end.
Please.
really it.
And it's like, you're going to regret it in 5, 10, 15 years. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
don't regret it.
Yeah.
Don't be
I'm
that girl.
crazy to the point where I wear driving gloves when I drive because I don't want my hands to look ugly.
I love that. I mean, it's
So
so
if you think
smart,
sunscreen
know?
is crazy, just think about the things that I do.
Yeah.
If you think you are, I'm worse. No.
Yeah. If you think
No.
you're crazy, I'm worse.
It's true. But always send us a message if you need help choosing your sunscreens.
Yes.
We're happy to help you.
And drop all your summer reads. I want to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want your summer
Yeah.
reads. We can talk about them more.
Yeah.
And then we'll do a follow up on our books, how they ended.
Yes.
Yes. Like, follow, subscribe.
Yay.
Yes.
Love
Thank you
guys.
for joining
Love ya.
us.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.